Deb did say to take your happy chaos complaints to my chat. That's true. How does it feel? Getting shot to death from full screen by a reticle must be really annoying, Hotashi. That sounds rough. A character who aims a weapon and has a reticle in Guilty Gear that shoots you to death from full screen, and then also has really good buttons that deal a lot of damage. That seems like a really pesky thing to deal with. It must be really hard to handle such an archetype. And anybody who lost to that character, you know, they would feel some kind of way about you and the character, right? For sure. To be fair, Hodashi's allowed to complain compared to all of you. He's playing Nago, and it's not like he's not playing the matchup. He's playing. All of you probably haven't even fought a high-level Happy Chaos, and you're grumpy as hell. Deb, seeing people come to your stream and then, like, complain about the character and, like, how dumb he is, and you're just, like, living your life, trying to play the game, and everybody's mad. I understand now. You said that I used to be, like, super chill, and then many years later, you're like, why does he seem so grumpy about stuff? I feel like I'm less grumpy now than ever, and that's because I just get it out. I didn't used to. I used to try to just be like, well, let's talk about this, and they'd be like, no, and I'd be like, well, hear me out, and they'd be like, this game sucks, and I'd be like, well, hold on, let's get back into the meat of this thing. You gotta stop at some point and just be like, no, fuck you, okay? I get it out. When someone says something stupid, I'm just like, no, you're stupid, and then I feel much better. There's a couple of things, though. I always try to just, at first, right, unless it's, like, very obvious, I always assume people are being genuine. If they're just like, this character can shoot you and there's nothing you can do. I'm like, okay, there's not nothing you can do. Okay, you have a lot of options. Like, what range are you struggling with? And then at that point, usually they'll be like, well, I don't know how to stop this range. And then you just tell them, and then they're like, okay. And then they complain about the next thing. But, you know, you just assume they're being genuine. But if they come at you with some dumb shit, then you just have to come at them matching the equal dumb shit. Your stream is your work, right? For a lot of people, including myself, my stream is my job. So, like, imagine kicking in the door to someone's job and being like, hey, fuck you, go fuck yourself, I hope you die. And then just, like, they try to leave. Like, no, you don't leave. You chase them out the door, and they're like, no, fuck you. And then you kick them out. This is my place. I work here. I own the place. Fucking scram. I told this story before. My last day at Starbucks, I was making someone a, like, Trenta iced coffee. Do you guys even know what a Trenta is? Imagine a venti. A venti is, like, the biggest size, and a venti is a fuck ton of coffee. A Trenta is, like, way bigger than that. The guy I'm working with is running around like a fucking chicken with his head cut off, like, just no control over his body for some reason. I'm going to make his drink, and it's got like 9 pumps of this and 8 pumps of that. It's got all this stuff. It's complicated, right? And I'm like pouring it, and I like turn, and the guy runs directly into me, the person I'm working with. He hits me, and the entire drink spills all over my chest and then soaks my sneakers. Which, by the way, you're supposed to wear work-safe sneakers every day that you work. It was my last day, so I was like, I'm just going to wear these, like, random white Vans I have. Not white Vans anymore. I get soaked in an entire gallon of iced coffee with sweetener in it, so there's sugar, so it's sticky. And I'm like, oh. And then the guy says, oh my, hey, can you hurry up and make that thing? I gotta go. And I was like, that'll be right up, man. Just give me 1 second. And I made him the drink. Not even for a second did he think to himself, damn, this guy just got an entire gallon of iced coffee dumped on him. That seems like that would suck. Imagine that, right? Seeing somebody else get just like covered head to toe in sticky iced coffee and thinking, this ruins my day. I'm going to be slightly late to my son's football practice that I've never been to. And he hates me for it. You know, I feel for Deb. I would be pissed too. I wasn't even streaming, and I was like, damn. You're complaining about her character in the middle of the game? That's pretty beast. Just imagine, like, if every time you won a round with your character or won a game, someone in your chat was just like, ugh, your fucking character's broken and dumb and, like, this and that. I can't do anything. Your character's stupid. Like, I hate it here. Like, not just one person, but many people. You're just trying to play the game and help people. You spend your entire stream being like, this is how you do this. This is how you do that. And then people just are shitting on you or your character all the time. It's like, well, I tried to make guides helping people when Soul was like good, and they were like, this doesn't work, fuck you. And I was like, okay. They're like, what if they do the right answer? I'm like, well, then they hit you, but, like, you know, if they do that, then they lose to this. They're like, yeah, but what if they do this? I'm like, okay, no, stop it. These are your options and these are their options, and, like, depending on what they should do, you should change it up and, like, what. And they're like, no, he can always kill you. I'm like, oh. I understand. People come into my stream to complain about Happy Chaos, but they also come in there like, fucking Naga ruins the game, or like Axel players are evil, or like, you know, they always come in here to complain about some character because they just assume I'm going to be like, you're spitting. but you gotta work that shit out, right? It sucks. I mean, sometimes you get smoked. You gotta deal with it. I don't know how to break it to you, but no matter what fighting game you play, you're gonna be grumpy. Ram is so broken. I can't believe you all, of all people, disagree with me. You're spitting, ditto. You're like the balance of light and darkness, because Super Noon is like Ramlethal is top 18 for real, for real. He posts the handshake emoji, like that means, like, whose hand are you shaking? At least no one complains about Soul anymore. I don't know what universe you're in. Are you in universe 6 or 7 or 11? I want to come to that universe. Somebody in Deb's chat said, and not in a trolling way, said, I don't get why anybody's complaining about Happy Chaos. Soul is the one who's still broken. They were spitting. Soul's probably a better character than Happy Chaos. Like, I don't know if I think Happy Chaos is top 5. Deb makes it look like that. At what point is Deb good enough to make any character look that powerful? And at what point is it the character? I don't think most people have good strategies or even like have a lot of high-level matchup experience against the character. Unlike many other characters where you can sort of fumble your way through it by doing your character's strong stuff and not really caring about what they do that much, Happy Chaos kind of forces you to deal with what he's doing. Because that's the case, he's going to be grading for people because they can't just do their good shit and then win and be like, I gotcha. I must know the matchup. Zoners are not like that. I mean, that's why people don't like Axel too. It's why Axel gets rated so high. Anyway, all this is to say, if you complain a bunch in a streamer's chat all the time about their own character relentlessly, not just one person, but many people, it's gonna be annoying. Listen. Hey, what up, gang? It's your boy Hook. We're back at it again for another video, fellas, and you know what it's gonna be like. Like and subscribe with that button. It helps me live. For real, for real. Okay, let's get back into the content. Yeah, imagine someone brings food to the table. I was thirsty. I appreciate it truly. For real, for real. Gang. The waiter's like, what? This motherfucker isn't gonna tip, is he? If I was a waiter and someone said, I appreciate the water truly, for real, I'd be like, there's no way.